Welcome to PBI Radio. I'm Chris Guns, and I'm about to be joined by the lady of boxing, Ava Knight, fresh off the biggest win of her career in Mexico on Saturday against Barbie, Mariana Juarez. Huge win, and I'm sure she's excited about it. Let's check in with Ava right now. Get her on the line. Ava Knight, back from Mexico with a lot more respect than before you left, and you left with a lot, but with the way you won, it went through the roof. Bring us back to Mexico. What was it like to be fighting Mariana Juarez in her hometown?
It concerned me at first, and I remember when we brought it up to the promoter, I told I'm used to the whole underdog feeling and going into people's home turf. So I was comfortable with it after a while. I got used to the feeling, so I thought it was going to be right.
Yeah, how'd the people treat you in Mexico? You've been there before, so you have some of your own fans there, too. How'd they treat you?
The people that knew me and loved the way I fight treated me really well. I had some people out there that were excited to see me, but, walking into the crowd, I got a lot of boos, which I expected, fighting a hometown girl.
Mm-hmm. How'd you feel at the weigh-in and standing face-to-face with Juarez, who seemed like she might duck you, but she's finally fighting you and made it happen? How'd you feel?
Seeing her face-to-face put me more at ease. After looking at her and seeing how she was, how she looked like, face-to-face, it sort of took all the fear, not fear, but, I wasn't nervous about the fight anymore. Everything had just felt like it fell into place right.
Yeah, and you were set to fight a kind of a stay busy fight, more or less, before word came out that Juarez would fight you before moving up. So you were in training for a while now. How ready were you when you were walking out to the ring? Were you ready?
I was ready, we had been in altitude. We came to Mexico City early just in case. Even though I did feel the altitude in the fight, it didn't affect me as much as it would have if I didn't go early. But I was ready. I was ready for her.
The Mexican fans could be rowdy. What was the atmosphere like? The fans are more knowledgeable than they are for women's boxing and boxing period in Mexico. Did you feel that they were aware of how big this fight was?
Yeah, the news was everywhere. The paper, the reporters, everybody knew that she was big and this fight was going to be big. There were a lot of people who underestimated me because they hadn't seen me fight and they just looked at my record. But I think the people who knew about women's boxing knew that this was going to be, the female fight of the decade, and it really was, I think, to the top girls.
Yeah, it was huge. And when the bell rang, what surprised you, if anything, about what you saw from Barbie?
Nothing really surprised me. Everything she did, I expected. She didn't surprise me with power because I didn't really feel anything. Even taking flush shots, I felt fine the whole fight. But what she really showed me was she was really smart. She was smart in the ring, and she was really trying to think. I felt that I had the edge just because I am a smart fighter also, and I felt a little smarter than her, but she just showed more skills than the average boxer that I've been in the ring with.
Yeah, there was lots of pictures where you guys both having a grunting face. How intense was it in there?
She really wanted to win, and after the fight, she thought she won. But I went out there and I had the power shots. I felt like I had more clearly, and I pulled out with more heart than she thought. During all 10 rounds, and she was disappointed, but I was really excited about what happened.
Were you surprised how your jab and your speed seemed to control the action? Kind of easy.
Yeah. I think the jab controlled everything, keeping her at bay when I needed to breathe, and when we went in together, we exchanged blows, and I felt like I always got the better of it.
She caught you with some good shots too to the head. Did you feel? You said you didn't really feel those punches. None of them shook you up at all?
No, not at all. I felt like I've been hit harder by other fighters before. I've been in there with bigger fighters. But I remember taking some clean shots and just walking right through them, and them not bothering me. I've read some articles that say otherwise, but just me coming out there and knowing how I felt, nothing hurt me.
Mm-hmm. And you fought some of the best female fighters in your weight class. Is she the smartest you ever fought?
Yeah, she was. She's the most technical. She was the smartest. She used her jabs. She knew what she was doing. So definitely she was the smartest and the best fighter I've been in the ring with so far.
What was the most memorable part of the fight for you?
I just remember going to an exchanges and just hitting her with these blows, and I knew she could feel the punches, and she just took them real well. I think she felt the power most of the time and didn't want to get into exchanges, but I just remembered getting her with those big clean blows.
When the fight was announced, you told me how you planned to stop her. Were you nervous going to the cards when you couldn't stop her, and were you worried about being robbed at all?
I think everybody worries about it when you're in the hometown, and I'm fighting for the WBC, and I felt a little favoritism towards her with them, but I felt like I pulled out. I couldn't see her winning that fight. I know it was tough, and it was a hard fight. She threw a lot of punches that I felt just weren't effective, and mine were, so I couldn't see her winning. I was hoping that a draw wouldn't come out, if anything, but I'm happy with the decision, the way everything turned out, because judges that, favor her, so I'm happy about everything.
What went through your mind when you heard your name announced?
I was excited, I was just so joyed that I did it. I finally did it.
Did you guys say anything to each other? Did she say anything to you after?
She didn't say anything. She just looked at me and shook my head, and I shook my head. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did win.
How good did it feel holding that WBC diamond belt?
It's the best feeling in the world. I'm on the top. I'm at the top, and I've only had 4 things. I'm 24 years old. I'm young, and it's just this accomplishment under my belt is just awesome.
And this was the biggest win for you and Ray Batista, too. What did you guys say to each other when the cameras left and you were finally alone?
He just laid it out. He said he's proud of me, and we did it. I thanked him for everything. He put me through a hell of so I could make it to, this spot. We just thanked each other, and we were just happy.
And with the recent fight between Mia St. John and Christy Martin, it was more of a spectacle than a great fight. And then you had the Cecilia Brækhus and Anne-Sophie Mathis fight, and now this. How upsetting is it that there's still no ladies fighting on Showtime or HBO, and you still have to go to Mexico to fight in front of an audience?
It's very upsetting. To go to Mexico and see them treat us so well, and TV coverage love it, and everybody knows who we are and what we do, and then to come with the 4 rounds, we're nothing worth more than a 4-round fight, and it's hard. It almost makes me not want. But just I'm not fighting here because I don't feel like, with the respect the promoters have for us, it's not there yet. And I know money talks, but I think women could do it, and they just don't want to give us the chance back. We had that era where women got the chance to be on HBO, and I don't know what, but we're not doing it anymore, and we need that.
Yeah. After 2 training camps and this huge win, I'm sure you don't want to plan ahead or look ahead at all, but who is next? Do you have anyone on your mind? You're looking maybe to fight Melissa McMorrow or something?
I think Melissa has a rematch with the girl she beat, for her title. And I hope she wins so we can get into the ring with each other. But I think right now it's pretty much who wants to call me out, because I'm on top now, and I don't have anything to prove anymore. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, stay in the top shape, and make sure I train so I can stay number 1.
Yeah, whatever you do it after a nice rest. Cannot wait to see you in the ring again, hopefully in the U.S. and on a big network if it's against a decent opponent. Thanks for your time, Ava Knight.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the interview.